Welcome to the Good Growing Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Ken.
And I'm Emily.
And this week we are doing it. We'll call it a garden bite, but I think this is like our new segment, a new thing we're going to do. It's a short episode, but we're going to be trying something. We're going to be eating something. All three of us here on camera for you that might be watching on YouTube. If you're listening to this, it's just the joy. Just listen to the joy of the audio. So Ken, you have delivered some interesting little morsel for us to snack on today. I have had this before, and I guess I'll say to people listening or watching, if you are squeamish at all about saliva, drool, I expect that when we consume these, it's going to get kind of, I don't know, a lot of spittle be flying around. So
I was gonna say, please
with
don't
that,
say the M word.
yeah, we won't say that word. But Ken, what do you have for us to try today?
So we have toothache plant. So this plant, so the flowers we have here, and if you're watching, you can see the flowers are yellow. For this particular cultivar, they've got a reddish top. Apparently, there are some cultivars that are solid yellow. And these are what, half inch, quarter inch or so in size. These are a little on the small end of some of the ones I've grown earlier this year. The care I have given my garden has definitely fallen off as the season has gone on. So early in the year they were much bigger, maybe 3/4 of an inch, almost an inch across for some of them. But the flowers, you eat them, and they have a numbing effect on your mouth, and they were used for toothaches and things like that. This toothache plant. And then when we were getting ready for this, I didn't realize you could actually eat the leaves too. And in many places, was it Brazil? I think Madagascar, it was mentioned, some of the stuff I read, that the leaves are also eaten as a green. And they also have like I said, unique flavor as well. And I think when you cook them and use it as a green instead of like a salad, you lose some of that flavor. So set the table with that.
And so, Emily, have you ever tried toothache plant before?
No, nope, totally new to this experience. From what because you both have tried it and have warned me, yet I have still agreed to participate in this experiment because why not? This is fun. Plants are full of really cool, unique traits. Some of them, are medicinal. Some of them make you drool. So we'll see.
I
I
guess
am getting progressively more nervous the longer we draw this out. So
it'll be fun. It'll be fine. My first time I had this, I was at the Missouri Botanical Garden working with a horticulturist, brand new there. We were driving by in the Cushman cart and they said, "Hey, pull one of those flowers off and pop it in your mouth." So I did. And I'm like, I can't feel my mouth anymore. And I started drooling all over the place and he started laughing. It was funny. Um, but so yeah, that was my first experience with it. But Ken, I guess should you describe what is going to happen when we chew on these? Or should we just do it?
Describe it in real time.
We won't be able to understand us after we start chewing on these.
So yeah, so you chew on it, and to me, it's kind of a metallic taste to it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. We'll find out what you two think. But you kind of get numb, and then the chemicals in it kind of stimulate your salivary glands, and then you start drooling everywhere. And for me, when I've had it, the numbness, it doesn't last terribly long. I've read between 2 and 20 minutes, depending on the person and how much you eat, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not terribly long. The drooling may last a little bit longer than that, or the excessive saliva, however you want to look at it. But it's not terrible, I don't think. Anyway, we'll put it that way.
That'll be great.
I like your confidence, Chris. It'll be great. So before we had discussed, you can actually we were discussing, do you swallow it or do you spit it out? And so can you just swallow, like you eat it? And actually, I was reading a little bit and it was saying that this is not medical advice. This is not recommended at all, but it was an interesting tidbit about how it has sometimes been used to treat ulcers. So it is safe to ingest. Ken, you're still with us. And so,
As far as I
great.
know.
That's great. So, okay.
So I say when I've given it to my kids, I did not warn them first, which is probably a dirty trick. They immediately spit it out, and there was much complaining and gnashing of teeth, but it was funny.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna swallow this thing down to my belly, so
Okay.
we'll see what happens. Sorry, are we ready? We do this?
If
Bon
we
appetit.
must.
Bottoms up. Ah. Yep, it's awful.
Well, it does not taste good. Okay.
Mm.
Mm.
So
Yep.
swish it around.
Oh,
Get your
there's like there is a
It's like an
tingling.
Arctic blast just blew through my mouth, and now
Oh,
the numbness sets in.
yes. Oh gosh.
tingly. Yeah, like acidic, metallic
Ah,
tasting almost.
yep.
Feel it.
Just swallowed.
Oh,
Oh man.
Just breathe
Whoa.
in through your mouth. It's like chewing mint gum.
no, it's
It
not.
is a,
It's not
it's a
minty
little
at
But the
all.
burny.
coolness,
There's
the
Kind of
no
burns a
coolness,
little bit.
the coolness when you breathe in.
I really hope I'm
ah.
not having an allergic reaction. Whew.
Oh, there's like a tingle on
Yeah.
the tongue. Like
Oh, and there's the spit, the saliva.
yep, mine's
Oh
yep,
yeah.
it's starting to come. Okay. Whew. And honestly, it feels like, and I've swallowed a couple of times, like the numbness or the, I don't know, it feels like I have still, oh my goodness, hard to talk.
Yep.
I feel like I have like plants stuck like in the back of your throat, you know, like when you like it gets caught. I don't think there's
Mhm.
anything there though. I think that's just the reaction happening. Oh, sweet. Okay.
Ah, that was refreshing.
That is
Oh, Ken's going in for more.
Ken's going eating it.
Or wait, he's spitting it out. I can't tell. What's he doing?
Okay.
Mm,
Try to hold it on my gum, see if that numbs it. Because right now it's just like my tongue and the roof of my mouth. See if
yeah.
actually.
Uh-huh.
It's like it's on like the
Uh-huh.
cheeks, like on my cheeks. I have the tongue and my cheeks are a little, they're tingling. I wouldn't say they're numb.
Definitely a tingle sensation. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Lots of
Okay.
spit.
Yeah.
This has been entertaining. I hope people enjoyed this.
I hope people watch. There was a lot of like silent just staring and like waiting for things to happen. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, we might be growing flowers next year though. Grow along.
That's right. We might even try one of these things to grow these our very own home.
Oh goodness.
Tingly is much more intense when you have two. It builds. In case you're curious.
That's usually how dosage works,
I
Ken.
suspected that's what would happen. Yeah. Huh. Oh goodness.
Ah,
Okay. Wow.
that was make that a
Right.
normal thing, a weekly thing.
A good palate cleanser, if you will.
Yes. Use that instead of your after dinner mint.
Uh-huh. I mean, you're just swallowing spit for an hour. Mm-hmm.
So say if
The,
somebody
the
wanted to
tingle.
the
Go
tingle.
ahead, Ken.
I was just say if people want to grow it, we can talk about that. But if you guys have more comments on what you're experiencing.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, there's like a tingle. It's like something I've not experienced before. Like, it's just like, I don't know, like little bubbles like bursting. It's an
It's
odd
like
sensation.
an invisible carbohydrated drink or fizzing in my
Yeah.
mouth, little electricity kind of skidding across the roof of my mouth. I don't
Yes.
know how to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah, where I held it on my gum, like it's really tingly there, but like nowhere else is. It's kind of
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's a really weird feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things you have to try for yourself. It's hard to describe.
I I was very nervous. Like, I'm glad I did this. This was fun. It wasn't like overly, it wasn't awful. If
Yeah.
that's the bar we're going by. It wasn't terrible.
Wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible. So do it again. Let's talk about growing it because I think our listeners will be intrigued, entertained, hopefully, maybe inspired.
If you want to subject yourself to this or maybe others,
Yeah.
Well, this is a fun little party trick.
We could trick or treat.
Yeah. Oh gosh, don't do what this
No,
is. No,
not recommended.
For adults, don't give it out to kids. Give it out to your adult friends for trick or treating. Bring them into the office. So for the stuff I grew, we grew from seed. So we got seeds. We started those in the spring. I say probably March timeframe. Transplanted them outdoors. We're growing them in a pot. These are perennials, but they're tender perennials, so they're not going to survive our winters. Full sun, I think, to part shade. They like moisture. So I think that's one of the reasons why mine are not looking too good. We're now in a drought in a lot of Illinois, and I have not been keeping up on watering pots, so they are much smaller. They've got nice green foliage on them. Mine right now is kind of brownish purplish because they're all stressed and stuff, but it is a fairly attractive plant, especially when those flowers come on there. It's nice contrast with the green and the yellow and red flowers. So it's relatively easy to grow as long as you keep up on the water and keep that potting media moist and
pulled apart sun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say that? Yeah. I'm still concentrating on like the tingling sensation.
Yeah. But it is ornament. I mean, it can be decorative. It can be nice. You do not have to eat the flowers if you do not want to. So I think it's a very pretty plant. And when we had it growing at the botanical gardens in St. Louis, it's a pretty plant. That's why they put it in there, not for people to walk by and take a bite out of it, but because it was pretty.
Yeah. And I was reading a little bit. It said it was attractive for fireflies, which is kind of fun. I don't see that come up a lot for plants in bloom. I know that they're carnivorous, right? Ken, you're the entomologist.
Fireflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're predatory.
Yeah, predatory. So I like fireflies, so that's another reason to plant it.
Yeah, I'll have to grow some next year and see if fireflies like to hang out around it.
Yeah. I wonder what it is. It didn't elaborate on what caused that appeal, so I don't know.
They also have bad teeth and they need to get dental work done. So they have to go to the toothache plant. Well, that was a lot of great information about the toothache plant. I suppose if people want to give us any feedback about the weird stuff we eat, should we try to grow something else strange next year for us to try? Anything stranger that makes your mouth numb and tingly and all fizzy electrical feeling? Let us know in the show notes below. Email us. They'll be also in the show notes. So the Good Growing Podcast is a production of University of Illinois Extension, edited this week by Ken Johnson. Thank you, Ken and Emily, for hanging out today. And thank you, Ken, for providing us with this nice little afternoon treat of spitting all over myself.
Yes, thank you, Ken. This was fun. Nature is wild and crazy, and I am here for trying these unique aspects of it. So thanks for indulging us.
Yes, well, thank you for letting me subject you both to this, and let's do this again next week.
Oh, we shall do this again next week. It'll be another garden bite, and then we'll be deep into more fall gardening episodes for you after that. So listeners, thank you for So listeners, thank you for doing what you do best, and that is listening, or if you're watching us on YouTube, watching. And as always, keep on growing. My teeth feel very slick, like
they've been rinsed off.
Like I've just been to the dentist. Yes.
There you go.
I'm gonna hold it against my cheek, see what happens.
Okay.
How does it feel, Ken? Back to normal?
Yeah, the roof of my mouth and tongue still, it's not tingling, but it's not numb, but it feels like it is. That makes sense.
Oh man, that feels stronger than the last one. Woo!
Oh, I have a
Because I held
I
it
think
there.
this, I think this is bigger.
I feel like I could water my plants in my office right now with the amount of spit coming out of my mouth.
Here we go. I'm gonna like keep it in there a little longer.
Mm,
That was a bad idea.
yeah,
It's more
Okay.
intense.
yeah.
Guess
I
don't
have like
believe
an,
me.
I feel like I have something under my
Oh my
tongue, but I
God.
don't. It's just numb.
Oh,